Peter Quill, wake up.
Holy crap, Drax. You gotta stop doing this, man. It's weird.
We are approaching the quarantine zone.
How long was I out for?
15,338 ticks.
That's very specific.
The Betrayer is ready to begin her mission. She has requested your presence in the cockpit.
Gamora's on our side, Drax.
She is the spawn of my sworn enemy, a murderess and a traitor. I do not trust her.
We'll try. We're supposed to be a team.
I make no promises.
With a raccoon that can talk and a tree that can revive his crew members, the Guardians of the Galaxy are a wild bunch of characters that are sure to make you smile. This adventure for the Guardians is a new one that many are delighted to see. No, this is not the Marvel MCU Guardians we have seen before. This is a new telling of the Guardians in a story that I personally think is leaps and bounds ahead of the MCU story that was told. At first glance, the game was poorly received by the masses, including myself, because of the poor taste that Marvel Avengers left in our mouths. This game is entirely different. In this game, we are playing with one player, and that's Star-Lord. You are not playing with any of the Guardians. No, you are not playing with Drax, Gamora, Rocket, or Groot. But what you can do is control each of them and have them perform special abilities to help you in a battle. At first, I didn't like it because who wouldn't want to play as Rocket Raccoon, you know? Being able to walk around like a stubby raccoon and just throw grenades to help defeat the enemy. The trailers leading up to the game didn't do it justice or show how the gameplay would work, which led to people saying, ugh, is this another Marvel Avengers game? And personally, for me, Marvel Avengers, I did not like it at all. I didn't like it mostly because of the microtransactions, but just the gameplay, it just wasn't for me. We all seen the Square Enix tag and just assured the game from there. And boy, were we wrong. This is by far, as of December 2021, the end of the year, my game of the year. In this linear action adventure game, I could chalk it up to being like Final Fantasy VII Remake. And in honestly, some levels, like Uncharted. This game is very linear, but you never feel like you're restricted and you can't explore. You can collect various Guardians collectibles that you find throughout the 15 chapters. The last chapter is sort of an end credit scene, so I won't spoil it. But you can also find the various costumes for each Guardian. Throughout the game, you are solving puzzles, platforming through areas. So now, let's get into the first sound.
Amazing! I should have been recording. Bridge over, Groot. I want to see if he's alive. I don't know, but he's twitching. Flarkin, Scott stayed, Quill. You okay down there?
Yep. Yeah, just, thought I saw a shortcut.
Right.
Go ahead without me. I'll catch up.
Gameplay. In this game, there's a ton of dialogue. And when I say a ton, I mean a ton. But this is not a bad thing. With all this dialogue, it helps build the character. It helps you actually love the character more. And I've also seen people talk a little bit about Gamora. You know, in this story, she's more of a, let me say, like, bratty teen. But honestly, I love it because it gives her more character than it honestly did in the MCU. I feel like this game fleshed out her character a lot more, made her more personable, made her more relatable, you know, to, I guess, teenage girls. You know, she acts like a bratty teenage girl. So when I say a ton of dialogue, like I said, a ton, I'm also planning on replaying the game soon on the channel. And you won't really hear me talk because there's so much dialogue. They are always talking. But this is not a bad thing. Square Enix was able to get this right. They were able to make you feel like you're watching a 20 to 25 hour Marvel movie or even reading a comic book series, including The Guardians. So for 20 to 25 hours, honestly, it took me that long because I went through everything. I researched everything. I read everything. I love The Guardians. So in this game, the choices actually matter in this game. The choices you make can help build the story. While there is only one true ending, the way that the Guardians talk to each other and how the Guardians treat their leader, Peter Quill, is very evident from the choices you make. One of the choices you make in this game is if you want to have Drax throw a rocket across a ledge. this actually matters. So if you choose to throw Rocket across this ledge, Rocket won't be kind to you for pretty much a good portion of the game. He will actually hate you. So the choices you make matter. The choices you make move the dialogue. But like I said, there is one definitive ending in this game. So the choices matter, but not in the end game, because obviously in the end game, craziness happens. So I want you guys to play this game. So there are a ton of Easter egg costumes and references that are included in this game. So if you're a comic book lore fan of the movies, you are in for a treat. But if you're not a fan and just getting into it, the game provides you with information of the costumes, a lot of the OTS music, a lot of the book lore, and the little character pop-ups and collectors lore in the game.
Oh, come on! Now we gotta deal with junk slugs? Don't gawk at it! Shoot it! Very helpful, thanks! You're welcome! Now stop distracting me! Mungos, boom! That one was juicy! Rocket, go wild! Like that time. Watch your butts! Bye-bye, little guy! Woo! Show him your woo! See? I knew you'd get into it. Rocket! We really need to test these things!
The plot of the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy takes place several years after a massive interstellar war that left its mark on the entire galaxy, which is still dealing with its devastating consequences. Among those interested in exploiting the situation are the Guardians of the Galaxy, a pack of mercenaries led by Peter Quill, Star-Lord, and consisting of assassin Gamora, weapon specialist, and inventor Rocket Raccoon, Rocket's loyal partner Groot, and legendary warrior Drax the Destroyer, who all hope to make quick money during their adventures wandering around the galaxy. However, while attempting to scam Wolfie Collector, a seemingly harmless bet between two team members inadvertently triggers a small accident, which quickly sets in motion a series of catastrophic events that threaten the peace of the fragile universe unless the team takes responsibility for their actions and eradicates the threat. Now, finally, do I recommend this game? I do. I feel like if you love the Guardians, you are going to love this game. It's one of the great Marvel games that have come throughout the years. Now, obviously, we know if you are on PlayStation, Insomniac has the Marvel games on lock when it comes to greatness. Those being Spider-Man and soon to come Wolverine. Square Enix may have something special in their hands if they continue this Marvel franchise of their own. Overall, I give this game a 9 out of 10.
That's our cue. Let's go, Groot. Don't worry. Once the thumpers are placed, we'll meet in the middle and we'll capture the monster. Together.
Very well.